Hi everyone and welcome to Olivia Rose Floral Designs. Today I will be showing you how to make this beautiful pumpkin floral arrangement using some sprayed pussy willow and some decorations, different foliages and some lights. And I've even cut out the scary face on the front, so hopefully she'll light up beautifully later, and I will post a photo at the end of this. So please watch and I will take you through step by step how to do this. Okay, so as you can see, today I am choosing to work outside, and I have a beautiful mixture of reds, orange and yellow flowers, including berries and some dyed purple pussy willow. We're going to have our pumpkin cut and carved, ready to fill in a moment. And I have a gorgeous assortment of foliages. So we have all different types of foliage in here. Including these autumn colours with some reds and oranges, just to give us that lovely autumn feel. I've also found in my local craft store these 3 Halloween decorations, which just come on sticks, and I'm just going to be able to pop a couple of those in the arrangement at the end, and they were only £1.50 for all 3 of them, so a good bargain. Okay, so let's go and carve the pumpkin. Okay, so I have my pumpkin here, which I've cut. So I've cut a face out. I'm going to try something different. So I like the arrangements in pumpkins, but I want to see if we can light up a face as well. So I haven't done a great job. I think his mouth may be a bit too big, but we'll just see how he turns out. So all my foliage ready, my flowers ready, my oasis, my decorations and my tools. So I'm going to go for the lights for some LEDs. So just battery operated and quite small, and with the wires you can kind of manipulate where you want them to go. And then the tools I'm using today are scissors and my knife. Okay, so let's get started on our pumpkin arrangement. Okay, so first of all I'm going to move him over here, and I'm going to get my cellophane. So I'm just going to pop these out. As you can see, I'm working outside today, so I haven't really got too much room. So I'm just going to make this straight. Okay. Turn my lights off. I'm going to roll that out. And then with my oasis, I'm going to pop this standing upright. Okay, so I'm going to get a big enough piece of cellophane. So probably like this, so it comes up past the oasis. I always forget how heavy these are when I've not got them on my roll. Okay, so what you want to do next is bring all your cellophane, like so, to the top, making sure there's no gap where the wind fill out. Okay, and then what you need to do then, get some sellotape, and you just need to tape the oasis and the cellophane around the top. So I go around a couple of times, just for security. And then I get my scissors. I thought I lost them then. So it looks a little bit like this. And then when you open it up, you see the oasis. So first of all, we need to get rid of all this excess cellophane. So I'm going to give it a haircut. About here. And then I'm going to open it up again. So you should have something looking just like this. Then I'm going to take my pumpkin and I'm going to place my oasis inside. And I'm just going to pop some of the cellophane down just inside the pumpkin so it's not showing and getting in the way of the actual flower arrangement. Okay, so that's the beginning. So you've carved your pumpkin, styled the look that you're going to give him, and then you've popped your oasis in and your cellophane. So first of all, we're going to take some foliage. So I do have a mixture of foliage. I've got some nice autumn colours, and there's a few pieces here I've decided not to use. But I do like these reds and oranges, so they certainly will be going in. Okay, so I'm going to start with the level leaf, and I'm just going to start by going round and covering some of the oasis. And I'm going to point these towards the back because I do want a lot of the reds and the oranges at the front of the arrangement. But I will put the odd one in just here. And I might save these pieces for later on. Okay, so I'm going to just get some other types of foliage. I've also realised how I've cut the pumpkin and carved it. He is quite wonky, but I don't think you can ever get a flat pumpkin there. So let's just do the best we can with him. The good thing about Halloween, it's supposed to look horrific, so it won't matter too much if it's not perfect. Then I'm going to pop that over there. And just start to lay a foundation of foliage. The trouble is you don't really want to cover up too much of his face. So I'm going to pop another piece over here. Like so. Oh. So now I'm going to take these beautiful orange leaves and just put these at the edges. So I'm going to probably have one each side. And then one from the centre towards the front. So if you have any bad leaves on there, just pull them off. And again, it's that autumn feel, so they're not going to be perfect. You know, they're leaves that have died and fallen for the trees this time of year, so they do need to look natural. And then this one is muscus, and it's been dyed red. And how we do this is we put the colouring into the water and it feeds up through the plant, or you can spray them. So I've actually bought this from my supplier, so I have cheated on them. I think these ones have been sprayed, if I'm honest. And this one back. Okay, so this is what we have so far. So I'm going to move all of my foliage out the way, and this is what he looks like at the moment. Okay, so now with the flowers, we've got some really deep burgundy colours, some burnt oranges, and some nice yellows. So hopefully we'll give it a really nice autumny Halloween feel. So first of all, I think I'm going to go with my burnt orange roses. So I'm just going to cut these stems down. And I'm going to place my first one at the top in the middle. I'm just going to take them over here so I don't have to keep leaning over. And I'm just going to take some others. And I'm going to start to spread them around the arrangement. Just so it starts to make shape, as you can see here. So I'm just going to get a few more roses. And I'm just going to work my way around the back. Okay, so although this is a forward-facing arrangement, I still like to make it look pretty from behind, because the idea of this type of arrangement, especially if we do manage to light him up and he looks okay, is to have this on a kitchen sideboard if you're having a Halloween party, or inside a front porch, or even on a buffet table if you're having a party and you're serving food. So let's make sure he looks good all around. Okay, and I'm going to come slightly higher towards the back as well. I think that's quite a nice effect. Okay, so we've got our main roses in, and I think now I'm going to go for some nice yellows. Okay, so now we've got some yellow Austrameria, so I'm just going to pop them in the middle like so, in between these roses. So when you're looking at the roses, you have the front three and then the top one, and I'm just going to place one of these in between each side. You do have to forgive me, so I have a bit of a sore throat, so I'm trying not to talk as much as I normally would. Okay, I'm going to bring another one of these at the back. So again, have a look at these when you're deciding which ones to pop in your display, because as you can see, this one has a lot more flowers on it than this one, and it's a lot bigger, so I do want to fill this back area, so I will go for this one. Okay, so that's what she looks like so far. So looking pretty good at the moment, but we do need to add some more colour and some more variety of flowers and berries. Okay, so now we're going to go for some deep red roses. And these are absolutely beautiful. One of my favourite colours. I do like the deep red rather than the bright red. Okay, let's get rid of these things. Okay, so with the red roses, if you see at the front, I have 3 orange ones, and I'm going to put the red ones slightly higher than the ones at the front, but in between them. Okay, so I'm just going to pop her over here, like so. And then I'm going to do the same on the other side. You also need to remember, the more flowers you add to your arrangement, you may need to hold your centerpiece, because the oasis is getting a little bit more trickier to find a space. Okay. So with the next ones, I think I'm going to do the same, but at that. So I'm going to just go in here. And remember, have them slightly higher than the ones at the beginning. And then I'm going to put one over here as well. And just be careful not to damage the other flowers that you've already got in. Okay, so I may also go for one down each side, I think, as well. So I'll have a few left. Right, so I've selected 2 that are rather different. So one's a lot bigger than the other. So I'm just going to get my third one and compare them. And I'm going to go for these 2, just so they're even each side. So I'm just going to pop her over there. And I'm just going to put this at the sides, like so. I don't have my Lazy Susan out here, so I can't really twist her too easily. So let me pop this one in, and then I can show you what she looks like from the side. Okay. You can see it's quite even. We now have these Hyperion berries, and I absolutely love using these at Christmas. But I just think, because of the theme of today's arrangement, I'm going to add some of these just for texture and variety of shades and colours to our arrangement. So, I'm just going to cut her. Okay, so I'm going to pop one of these at the front. So again, be very careful when inserting these. So I'm just going to nestle them into the flowers so they're not sticking out above them. Just so they're discreetly poking through. We still have this lovely red ruscus leaf. So I'm going to take some more. I'm going to put some here. And I'm actually just going to trim this one because he's got one that's sticking out. And another. I'm just going to get rid of him so that I'm poking his head up above all my flowers. And then for the final one, I'm going to get rid of these ones. I'm going to pop him at the back as well. Just like so. Okay, so hopefully our pumpkin is starting to take shape. So now we're going to go for some chrysanthemums. We've got a couple of different types here, well, a few different types. We've got these lovely orangey, yellowy orangey ones. Got these gorgeous deep ones, deep red. And we've got these greeny ones. And the smaller ones, where are they? There they are. Ooh. With the coloured centres. Okay, so let's pop some of these in first. I'm just going to move her. One at the front. So I'm just going to cut all these down. Put this one in the middle. If there's two of them, so what I'm going to do is I've staggered them, so you've got the taller one and then the shorter one, only slightly, but at an angle. So I'm going to slot her in here, like so. Right down. And then I'm just going to manoeuvre some of these flowers around. So it actually looks like there's two separate stems in it, but it's only one. So with the others, I'm just going to put these around the edge. Because they're quite short stems. Easier said than done. Let's try again on that one. Sometimes you just have to feel for the right place. Okay, so that's that one. And I like to show you that I still have trouble getting these in because otherwise you think you're doing something wrong. But once it's this compact, it is quite difficult to find a nice space in there. So what we're going to do now is take some of these deep burgundy colour ones. We're just going to dot these around as well, just filling in the gaps. I'm going to leave the nice bud on this one as well. The only trick is with chrysanthemums, they come on one stem and there's multiple flowers, so sometimes it's quite hard to know where to cut them and which ones to use. So she's going to go in there. Like so. And I'm going to go with another one with a bud around this side. So we've got a lot of orange and yellow here, so I'm just going to slide her in here. Like so. So you can just have a quick look. So I'm going to pop another one down here at the front. You do have to be really careful because sometimes I tend to lean over and then I squash them, so I need to make sure you go to the side. Okay, so I think we just need a few more flowers around the front, so I'm just going to turn her slightly just so I can see. And I think we're going to go for some of these greens, just to break up the oranges and the reds. Okay, and I'm going to pop a few up here as well. I think it's good to have a variety of colours in there without overpowering it completely. Okay, so I do believe we have enough floral coverage in there, and we have a good variety of colours and textures and foliage, and I just think it all comes together beautifully. So at the back we do have some more filling in to do, so I'm just going to go around and add a few more flowers around the back. So we'll do this very quickly for you. Okay, so now that that's done, I would like to add some of my purple pussy willow. So again, I cheated on this, and I actually bought this pre-coloured. Again, I think they've just been sprayed because they're not as soft and fluffy as normal, but they do give this gorgeous, gorgeous purple effect. Always reminds me of a witch at Halloween, the purple. So I'm just going to cut these. Use my wire cutters on these ones. And I'm just going to take some of these bottom buds off. And then I'm just going to add these, like so, towards the back. I'm going to add 4. So there we have it, our arrangement. So let's have a look at her. Okay, so I think she's perfect. Okay, so now that we're happy with our display and the positioning of the flowers and the size, I'm just going to gently lift her out, and I'm going to add a couple of LED lights. So I'm just going to simply lay these, easier said than done, with the wires at the beginning, like so. And it may have been a good idea to do this before, but the reason I'm not is because I want to bring them up into my flowers. So once the wire's inside, I'm going to bring it up under my rose and then gently move it across my display by weaving it in and out of the flowers in between the petals, like so. And then hiding my main wire at the back with my switch behind the cellophane at the back of the display, so no moisture or water can get on there, like so. Okay, so now we've added some lights, I'm going to add a couple of my other decorations. So I'm going to add my bats towards the front. I'm going to sit her like that, oh, maybe a bit higher, on my flowers. And then I'm going to put my Happy Halloween sign right at the back, like so. So hopefully today you've enjoyed our pumpkin Halloween display. Please hit the like button, it really helped me, and subscribe. And I will hopefully get another Halloween up in time for Halloween. And I will have more inspirations and ideas coming to you shortly. Take care, thank you, bye.